Hello again, everyone. Deflex here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Wanted to bring you a video on Vengeance Demon Hunter. I haven't done one since the beginning, but I figure it's time now. Vengeance is in a pretty good spot. It could use a Fury reduction on Spirit Bomb, but other than that, it is pretty good. You can do some great healing, and it really helps when you're pulling bigger packs together. Getting into a few things about Vengeance. I'll go into the talents later, but if you haven't done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment below, and we'll get into the build. My build is not perfect because I was splitting it a bit with Havoc, so it's not ideal, and I haven't got the drops, to be honest. I only have 2-piece. I haven't been able to get any more. Done a ton of dungeons on this character every week, and just didn't get that good RNG luck from the vault. So I've been chugging along. My Havoc neck's actually better than my other one. I wanted to prioritize haste first. I mixed them up a little bit with verse on some of them, heavier than haste. Now that I'm getting more gear score and more level, I will switch those out to more haste over burst. So haste first is going to be your stats. You can throw in some crit every now and then because crit is also a good stat for Havoc. Or not for Havoc, for Vengeance, sorry, for Vengeance. I'm running the Lariat neck, which is a great neck. I'm also going to put a diamond in, but I haven't been able to get a recraft or get a JC to do it. And my jewel crafting isn't high enough, but I will be putting a diamond in. Other than that, I have the... I am an engineer, so I have the Needlessly Complex Wrist Guard, which gives me a battle res, which was great. I put crit on that because I also use it for Havoc, so I doubled it up. I put leech on all the rest of the gear as I can. I have frozen devotion on my weapon. I don't have it on my second weapon because I'm really hoping to get another weapon by now, but again, hasn't gone my way yet. And then I've been doing leech, Watcher's Loom for enchants. This one is enchanted and gemmed pretty poorly, but I haven't replaced it yet. It's actually a really great ring. This ring does a ton of damage. Dealing fire damage has a chance to ignite your enemies, burning them for an additional 6%. And as you know, Vengeance and Havoc are all fire damage. So very good ring. The trinkets I am running are the ones I have. I don't really have much choice. I have the Battle Scarred Scale, which incoming melee have a chance to grant you Earth Warden, damaging nearby enemies for physical damage, but between all enemies and granting you a shield for 8 seconds. It's pretty dog poop. So it's really just dog crap. There's nothing great about it. It doesn't do much healing. It doesn't do much damage. I can show you a lower key we did last night. That Earth Warden was 0.5% of my damage, and healing it was 2.5%. Like literally crap, but it's all I got. All I got. So moving into the other items, the talents. Talents are what really make it. I run a couple different builds. The builds I am running. I am running this one a lot. The gist of this build is Spirit Bomb on the left. Gold down. Soulmonger does a ton of healing. And then Frailty with Soul Cleave and all that. So running all the way down and the middle path because I wanted Last Resort. I have been switching in and out of Soul Carver depending on the week and depending what I need. So if I drop Soul Carver, I'm picking up Agonizing Flames. It's in between these two and it just depends on the week. I have another build that I run. I like to call it my Tyrannical Cleave build. This does a ton of damage. This actually build sims the highest. But how do I put this? In 5 or less targets, this will do way more damage. If you're pulling a lot of mobs together, then this won't do as much damage as Spirit Bomb I found. But if you aren't, this does a tremendous amount of damage. The downfall is you lose Spirit Bomb. Up here, you gain the Soul Cleave, and you come through the Void Reaver, and you just Soul Cleave. So it's a weird build because on your numbers, it will show your healing and damage under Spirit Bomb, but it's not technically under Spirit Bomb because it's under Frailty, and it's just a weird way it catches it. So It's a build. The downfall is it's not the most fun build to play. It's literally just fracture and soul cleave. So you just go in, and this is your whole build. Like you have your immolation aura up in your defensives, and you just sit here and fracture and soul cleave and fracture and soul cleave, and that is your whole build. Like it does a ton of damage, but it is not very interesting by any means. And then when you happen to run out of souls finally, you can finally drop, like, if it's a pack, drop Sigil of Flame, you know, and that's it. Like, it does, like, as you can see, a ton of damage, but you just literally sit here hitting 2 buttons. It's the Guardian Druid Bear version of the Demon Hunter. But that is a build. It is very viable. It does work well. And again, if you're going into specific dungeons where you're not pulling big packs together, it will do tremendous amounts of damage. And this will stick this way for all 5-pack pulls. It is just crazy good for 5 packs and less. But that's what I run on this one. I'll leave the builds in the link below. The talents, the left side, I have Quicken Sigils, and I mess around with Elysian Decree on Fortified weeks. Tyrannical, I'll switch to Fodder the Flame for the extra healing, but I don't know, there's something going on with Demon Hunter that isn't working right, because this clearly says Throwglaive deals lethal damage to the demon. It is a 2-shot. So it does lethal damage if you hit it twice. So something's going on with Demon Hunter that it's not, Throwglaive isn't working correctly. You can't one-shot explosives, and you can't one-shot the fodder to the flame guy, the demon. So there's a glitch going on, and hopefully they fix it. Actually, this has become one of my favorite talents in the game, is placing the sigil at your target's location. This is unbelievably good. I just like, it saves you an extra click, like on your mouse. It's just very good. All of a sudden you pick a target, boom, drop a sigil on them, you're good. And I go down and obviously get Collective Anguish. The hunt is dog crap as well. Let's be honest, it's not very good. Even with the Unnatural Malice, it's still shit. Like it's not a good talent anymore. They nerfed the crap out of it, and now it's just done. But I do like Darkness. Darkness comes in handy. Quicken Sigils is mainly for Sigil of Science, because that's such a good sigil for you for interrupts. And now that we get Chaos Nova, is phenomenal. But this is my 5 or under build, and like I said, a 3000 build is for pretty much everything else. On heavy tyrannical weeks, like I might, like this week, depending on the dungeon, I'll probably run the other build. And I get to mess around with the extra healing from Soul Cleave, specifically on the other build that's doing the damage. I don't know if it stacks, and I haven't had enough time to test it, but if it does, I'll be taking 1 point out of Agonizing Flame and putting it in Feast of the Souls. So just so you're aware on my other build. If you have any questions on these, it's pretty straightforward. There wasn't a ton of choice for Demon Hunter. There is one other build, like I call it my Ruby Tyrannical build, but this is pre-nerf, when everything was just shit going through the second boss. Going down and getting the extra fiery brands just to survive it was one of the things I did. Unfortunately, you have to drop Soulmonger and a couple talents. You lose Last Resort, which really sucks. So this was an option. I'm not going to post this because it doesn't have much usage to have this. So I use it very rarely, put it that way. Now that Ruby's nerfed, I don't even use this anymore, but pre-nerf I was using this. Getting into how to play in the rotation, though. The rotation for Vengeance is pretty straightforward. Like, you're just, making sure you alternate cooldowns, using your interrupts correctly, and basically just going through your souls. Start with the hunt. Oh, don't forget to always have demon spikes up when you charge in, otherwise you might get one shot when it gets to 5. Soul bomb, spirit bomb, sorry. And use Fell Dev. Don't forget to keep Fracture on cooldown. 5 Spirit Bomb, Immolation Aura, Soul Carve to get more souls, drop the Spirit Bomb right away, Fracture so it's on cooldown. That's pretty much it. You're trying to keep Fracture on at least 1 cooldown all the time, because that generates souls and user souls up, so you don't want to get more than 5 because it doesn't go higher than 5. And you can see there's the one, and you can see that was a throw glaive and how much is left. So it's between 15 and 7%, it looks like, that you have left on that one that's supposed to miraculously lethal kill it. Anyway, I'm getting off track here, but you'll see, you want to keep Frailty up. So Frailty, you have a bunch of different ways to do it. You can see Frailty is applied with Soul Cleave. You can apply Frailty with Sigil of Flame. You can apply Frailty with Spirit Bomb. Frailty is your key point. Always try and have Frailty up on the targets. No matter what way you put it up, make sure you want to have it up. So you want to always make sure you have Frailty rolling, and it will stack. You can see 2 points. You know, and if you get heavy spots, you'll be able to keep up multiple stacks of it, but it's usually, I can't get more than maybe 3 if I'm lucky using the Soul Cleave build. So that is that's pretty much how to play Demon Hunter. Remember what your defensives. So your defensives are key to you surviving. Here's another one. See, that was already had low health and it still survived. The only reason it died was because my Whelpling came out and shot it. Your defensives are going to play a key role. Defensive being Demon Spikes and Fiery Brands. Fiery Brands you want on your big targets like your bosses, especially on Tyrannical week, or your heavy hitters. The brand will give you 40% reduced damage. Demon Spikes you want to try to keep up as much as you can. If you have Fiery Brands up, you can kind of get away with not using Demon Spikes for a bit. If it's on recharge. Don't forget to use Meta. Meta is going to be one of your, it is your best defensive bar none. And your stuns are very important, especially in the new Dragonflight dungeons, because everything needs to be kicked. Darkness, because it is a 5-minute CD, if you have the talent points to get it through a 3-minute, I didn't because I wanted Quicken Sigils and Collective Anguish. I'm also missing Consume Magic, which sucks. I couldn't get that as well. But there wasn't enough talent points. But Darkness is a very good defensive, especially when there's huge damage going on. To stand in darkness, and it grants 20% chance to avoid all damage taken from an attack. Huge chance, only lasts 8 seconds. Try and use it before incoming tons of damage. And Imprison is also a great talent. You can imprison to interrupt a lot of things. So remember that is available. It is a great talent. It is still there. Don't forget to keep checking on Imprison, because it's very useful. Very, very useful. And it's a little tip for Court of Stars. Once you get heading to the last boss, and once you get 5 of the informations, you can then Spectral Sight and find the enemy target. So, little tidbit for Demon Hunters if you didn't know. It's a great way to do it. And it makes it very easy, because you can see it. If you're up top, be at the top, you can actually fly down with Spectral Sight, so you can find out where the enemy is. And if it's on the bottom, you can fly down anyway. That wraps up the video. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you do have any questions, leave a comment below. This is Deflect, Firm Affair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.